Back in the Huddle, the podcast where we discuss everything in fantasy football and how it relates to the best of the best fantasy football league.
We're your host, Sky,
And Stavo.
and we're back to discuss all things Week 7. Let's go.
But I got some bad news because I am going to close down the league and shut down all fantasy-related stuff because last week was just horrible.
Disgusting week.
It was really, really bad.
Yeah. I feel like nothing is getting better this year. Like, it's injuries or just horrible games and performances from elite people, especially Patty. Patty Mahomes has just been disappointing me.
Man.
But he doesn't have help with the receivers, so I understand the situation, and that's why, he's the franchise guy.
Well, I see Mecole Hardman's going back to the Chiefs, so
yeah,
there's your upside.
The Jets was like, yeah, we're good.
You can have him back. They're like, sweet.
And he also had like a tweet out on social media about him, so I guess that didn't help the situation much.
I didn't even see that, but it's I saw a comparison to him and like Zach Wilson, where somebody was saying that Zach Wilson is a better QB this year, and the stats didn't lie.
They did not.
But I mean, it's still Mahomes. He's gonna bounce back
for sure.
So let's go over some quick notes of the league. I saw that the NFL is trying to move the Super Bowl to London. And I was talking to Mario about this too last week, and we were just both like, "Nah, this is
why."
I'm okay with having the games there, but I think that the Super Bowl is a bridge too far. Like that has to stay. That has to stay in the States.
Yeah, they're trying to push the boundaries international too much. They're trying to be like the NBA way too much with their international play. But I get it, but nah, I don't think that'll go well over with fans.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's ours,
Right?
Like and the money grab is too much. The money grab is
way too much.
They're getting all that money from London and overseas and Germany now, then Mexico. But
Mexico City.
They start putting the Super Bowl overseas. The next thing you know, we're gonna have a team overseas, and then
the logistics is just gonna be horrible.
Yes. We got to take this to the International Football League.
Wow.
Right. So I was looking at a lot of the NFL play, and I see that the tush push or the
brotherly shove
is real big. But what I think is funny about it is the other teams that try to mimic it and
can't
completely
do it
fail.
as well. It's
completely
like
fail.
Philly has a 95% success rate in the league. Is what, maybe 75, 80, something like that. Like just a huge disparity. But then that also gets to me thinking about like other innovative practices coaches have, like the Dolphins. You know how they have the receiver come in motion and just go straight off of that because they can make that movement. And like teams are just calling it a cheat because what are you going to do with Tyreek Hill coming full speed around the corner? He's already the fastest man, and your DB is just standing in the mud. So you see teams now do this, like the 49ers. It's real big Kyle Shanahan's offense. But they got quite a few injuries going on. But yeah.
It's a copycat league. But yeah, the 49ers are hurt, and because of that, I'm hurt too because I got Debo, and he killed me last week, and he's probably gonna kill me again next week because I can't bench him. If he's gonna play, I gotta put him in the game.
I mean, do you really though? He's not even really the first option. I feel like Brandon Ayuk has a 95% success rate with Purdy. It's either a first down or a touchdown.
And honestly, I wanted Ayuk more than I wanted Debo this year, but the draft didn't go nowhere near the way I expected it to. So when it came to me, the draft, I just had to get the best receiver available, and I had to get Debo. I wanted to wait to get Ayuk later, but it was horrible. But I mean, I don't have a lot of options. My bench is real weak, so I got to swing for the upside. And this is a must-win week. Week.
Yeah, it feels like that every week at this point.
that 2-4, I 3-game skid. I gotta bounce back. Yeah.
Yeah, it always hurts when it's just another loss.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So let's move on to
let's talk about recent trades. Going on in the league. We have Derek Carr for Alexander Madison between BK and Quan.
So I'm putting out a petition to say Quan needs to officially change his team name Now that he's doing trades again, you can't have that name anymore.
I
I'm gonna
agree with
stamp
that.
it.
I agree with that 100%.
So so with this trade, right? I think that on the surface, I think it was a decent trade. I think that BK got the better part of it because Derek Carr statistically has been doing well, and medicine has been kind of iffy. He hasn't been doing as well as we thought he would do. Being the
Yeah,
lead
he's
the
like
lead
a
back over there,
2.4 yards per carry average, like just horrendous. That
and
team's struggling.
it is struggling. And without Jefferson now, they're really struggling, which is hurting me because I got Kurt. So
Big numbers guy.
I'm getting pinged from all sides over here. But I had sent BK a trade too. And in full disclosure, the trade he got from Quan was better. Like I wasn't giving him Derek Carr. I wasn't giving him Derek Carr. So I was giving him a receiver, and I was giving him Gardner Minshew to bridge that gap he had with Richardson. He didn't want him because he knew that when Richardson gets back, well, at the time we thought he was coming back still.
Right.
That
breaking news.
He's out for the year.
He's out for the year.
But
which
at the
means
time
nothing.
when he's right, when he was coming back, he wanted a quarterback that was going to have that he could use all year. But my logic was, and my argument was, if I give you, Bryce Young, then I'm gonna be in the same boat you are with two quarterbacks. And when by week 13 gets here, I'm gonna have only one quarterback, and I'm gonna lose that game because you know how big QBs are.
Right.
So he was saying, you got Kyler Murray, you can use him when he comes back. But I'm like, Kyler Murray gonna be a shell of himself when he gets back from injury. He's not gonna be Kyler Murray until next year.
You think so?
I don't think so. I drafted Kyler Murray for next year,
and I would like to trade, for him. So we can discuss that offline. But
my draft was I didn't like it because the fact that I had to keep Dak Prescott and Adams in the first and second round, so I didn't draft anybody to the third round, which is why I was sitting there mad with all the players I wanted were going.
Yeah.
So I said I'll get Kyler Murray for next year. I think he got maybe 15 round. I got him in for as a keeper if he comes back and he's healthy and he comes back to his original self. But I didn't want to rely on him for this year.
So do you regret trying to be so long-sighted with your view?
I don't, because the third keeper now is like it's not a dynasty league, but it's like a quasi dynasty league where you got to think some.
You got to keep some. Yeah.
Yeah, and Dak Prescott is not a first round pick in this league
at all.
So that really hurts. I can still keep Kyler and still draft Dak in the second or third round because I don't think anybody gonna draft him in the first round. And maybe Ray. But outside of Ray, he may go to round 2. But I don't regret it. Like I said, I think BK got a better part of that deal, but we'll see how it turns out for him.
Yeah. So
how do you feel about it?
At the time, I didn't know what to think of it because I thought Anthony Richardson was going to come back. So yeah. I think that kind of just threw me off. But as time progressed, he's out for the year, so it doesn't really make a difference. So I just think, it is what it is at this point. It's like not much to it.
Yeah, yeah.
But then that also goes into, adding additional IR slot.
Yeah, so let me get into that. So I'm talking to Mario, and Mario says, you know what, if we had an extra IR slot, then BK wouldn't have dropped Richardson. He would have kept him for next year. And I damn near threw my phone across the room. Because we voted on additional IR spots at least once. I want to say twice. And Mario voted it down because he was like, I don't want y'all hoarding players by having an additional IR slot. And he was like the main person I was arguing with over and over again about this. So when he told me we should have an extra IR slot, I was like, bruh, you killing me. Like, I've been told you this shit years ago. This is the reason why he was like, you late to the game. So now he's like, you know what, we should put it up for a vote again. And I said, I don't want to keep voting for things over and over again and having people voting it down.
Mm-hmm.
But he made a good point. He said, we have new players now, so maybe it's an opportunity for fresh voices or whatever.
Yeah.
So what do you think? You think we should put up for a vote?
I think we should, to be quite honest with you, because I could sure use another IR slot.
Man,
I definitely could.
I got plenty of players in IR right now.
Man, it's just been a tough year for injuries, man. I don't know what to make of it. Like, you get David Montgomery back and he gets hurt. He's going to be out for a couple weeks now. And then Gibbs is coming back off of injury. He was limited in walkthrough today. So hopefully they can play. But then you got Craig Reynolds. He's hurt.
Yeah.
He's added to the injury report today with, like, you just can't win with injuries today, especially at a running back position. You got CMC, rib cartilage injury. They say that's like more of a pain tolerance thing, but they got Jordan Mason was heavy on the waiver wire this week. But Shanahan still has a lot of faith in Elijah Mitchell. But he's injury prone, so who knows?
Yeah. I mean, we got I think Deontay Johnson's coming back this week, so that may help somebody. I don't know who has him actually on our league. But it's been hurting us a lot. It's been hurting us a whole lot, and you'll see in the week matchups this week that people are hurting from bye weeks and injuries. There's a lot of
episode name, the bye week killer.
Yes, it is. It is killer. But we know who's coming back though. Breaking news: Julio
just signed to the. And it's like kind of like when Shaq went to his 5th team.
Yeah,
it's just like why at this point for him to come back and he's gonna get hurt maybe.
No, he won't get hurt. He won't get hurt.
I hope not.
He won't get hurt because he won't play that much.
I mean, that happened before they could get through many games. He got hurt.
I think for him it's smart to, if you could find a team that's still willing to pay you to come back, you go to the Eagles. Their team is already stacked. You could possibly win a Super Bowl ring and not do much work. I mean, he could go out there and give you he could run full speed for a good 5 plays a game.
And be good.
and he won't be fancy relevant, but he'll, for NFL purposes, for Eagles purposes.
I could see him having one big game. And like he'd be a sleeper pick of the week, Like things are just not clicking in the offense, and then he just comes out of that energy. And he has a big game.
Yeah.
I don't put that past. I think he has one of those in him. I wouldn't say he would be irrelevant for the entire season. I'd like to hope not. But who knows?
Devontae Smith, they said he's having a bad year. So
a lot of talk
could be a reason
why
they brought him back.
Year. He's in a contract year, and I know other teams will be willing to pay him.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Does he stay and play second fiddle? But I think he's a second fiddle guy. I don't think he's a number one.
No.
To be quite honest with you. So I think he has to rely on that, the organization to take care of him.
Yeah, I look at the Eagles, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith like Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Like
Waddle's a great number 2.
Yeah, and Smith is a great number 2 as well. He's got to be consistent with it, and he's a great number 2.
And I'm a big Waddle fan. I think he has the best touchdown dance. I do it every time.
I do know that Mario actually tried to get Julio already, but Yahoo didn't have him yet available to grab, which should be a sign he'd probably leave him alone if he's not actually in the app.
If nobody's trying to pick him.
If he's not available in the app, should probably just leave him alone. Because Brady was gone, he retired. They kept him in the app for a minute in case he came back.
Like, you coming back or no?
Right, but Julio, they're like, "Are you out? All right, we're gonna delete you."
Speaking of coming back, do you think Daniel Jones is gonna play? He was limited today at practice.
I think he will.
You think so?
I think he will. I think he'll be he won't scramble as much. He'll be in the pocket.
He's gonna have no choice but to scramble. That man be fighting for his life.
But they're playing my boys, the Commanders. I hate that name. I hate that name so much.
Magic got to change it.
It hurts even saying it. But
Long
but
time
this
season ticket holder here.
right. But it's it's a big game.
It's
You
a
gotta get up
division
for those
game.
games.
Man, I think it'll be a good one. I'm hoping for a good one. You know, my boys ain't doing too well, but they played a good game against the Bills. They should have won. You know, they had a pass interference call that didn't get called.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Waller should have still caught it. You know, 2 years ago he would have caught that when he was that guy before the injuries. And when he was a little bit younger.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do not know.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So let's get on to these picks from last week. You did better than I did. I'll give you that. Just by one.
That's all it takes. Winning is winning.
So it looks like, though, that both of us could not swallow our pride and pick
At all.
the other team to win.
Massacres across the board.
I got blasted by Ray. Give Ray props.
By Mario.
That's where it stops.
Yeah. The price of a brick went up. Mario was playing no games. Get me out the fucking way.
The Chase beat Eamon. We both picked Eamon.
Mm-hmm.
I picked the upset for Clarence and Quan. Lost that one. We both picked for Chris to lose, and that was easy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a gimme. That was
an easy one. So this week you got me versus BK, and like I said, Daniel Jones is not clear for contact yet, so I don't know if he's going to play. And
I think he gets you if Daniel plays.
But Daniel's, if he's out and Watson plays, then he has no other quarterback. He has one quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. I say it's very up in the air, but so if Daniel plays, I got him over you, man.
Well, I gotta pick me. I gotta pick me.
Always, and I'm gonna say the same thing. You know, I'm gonna pick myself, of course. You know.
So I guess we'll go to yours. Well, you got Quan. Let's see here, and Quan got Kyron out. Kyron Williams is out, but he picked up Zach Evans.
Yeah.
So that may help him out. That one's close.
Go me. It is. It's close.
Of course, you gonna go you.
Yeah, of course.
That one's real close. I'm gonna go you too.
Okay,
I'm gonna go you too, just so I can get some good juju.
Yeah, so good juju. So this is game of the week.
Game of the week.
Game of the week alert. All right.
Who else we got left here? So we have Chase versus Mario.
I got Mario. His team is just in a groove right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I got Mario too.
I can't. Yeah.
And those bye weeks killing Chase, but
for sure.
Mario has Thielen, and he's on bye, and Thielen's been carrying him. Not carrying him, but Thielen's been balling out.
Man, he's been pretty even. He's been across the board.
Yeah. Mario's team's been solid across the board.
Yeah,
but Thielen has been balling.
Yes, I think that's a big chunk. He's having like over 30 points a game the last couple of games, and so that's huge numbers coming from him. I did not expect that. So it looked like he's still got some left in the tank.
Yeah.
And
nobody
then
that I don't think.
Yeah, then I'm pretty sure Chris is just ready to give up with his Fields injury. Like it is. Yeah.
I don't think Chris even made any much roster moves to this point to even try to mitigate the damages going on this team.
Unfortunately,
but, Fields being out it hurts. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Clarence.
Same.
And then we got Eamon and Chris. I'm sorry, Eamon and Ray.
Right.
But
I got Eamon. It's the bye week killers, man. Yeah.
I got Eamon as well. I don't know if Christian McCaffrey plays.
Yeah, it's the bye week killers.
Yeah.
It's just injuries are like bye weeks at this point.
But Eamon has Trevor Lawrence, who may not play either.
He does have a knee injury, sprained knee from the last game versus the Colts. So I think he plays.
Go ahead.
I think he plays, but they did sign a backup quarterback today. So sounds pretty, cautionary at this point, but I think he plays.
So I'm pretty sure Eamon has 4 quarterbacks because he has Trevor Lawrence, who's may not play, and he has Ryan Tannehill, who's also out.
Yes,
So he's playing Herbert and I believe somebody else. I want to say Zach Wilson, but I think that's wrong. Let me check real quick. He is Pickett. Kenny Pickett. That one is that one's tough.
It could be decent for Pickett.
You think so?
Maybe. He had a decent game. He's like 25 points.
Playing the Rams?
I don't know, man. Anything is possible. They're gonna get blown. They're gonna get blown out, and they're gonna have to throw the ball. But because their defense isn't gonna be able to keep up with that offense with Puka and Cooper. Although they have some injuries, I don't think they're gonna slow down at all. They're in a group right now, and Cooper's really, keeping that offense pushing.
I really thought that Pickett was gonna turn the corner this year. But I really believe the Steelers need to go ahead and just fire that OC. Was it Matt Canada and just move on because he's not progressing, and that offense is not progressing at all.
I was never a big believer in him, so I don't see that being a surprise to many people.
But did you see it being this bad? I didn't see it being this bad. You know, you did.
Yes, I did. I'm no quarterback whisperer, but I never was very high on him.
All right, well, that's all we got this week. I want to give a shout out to Chris, whose birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday!
He actually turns 40. That's a big one.
Shout out to you. A good drink for the night.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. So that's all we have this week for week 7. Thank y'all for listening. And we'll see you next week in the huddle.
We're out.